if I prove to you now, Islam is the true faith of God, will you accept to be Muslim today? Your faith, what do you believe? Are you Christian? You know, what's your faith?
So
Just give us some seconds.
I was born like in a Christian family,
Okay,
but I don't like have a really religion or identify myself.
okay.
So,
And what about you? You the same thing? Yeah. So the question is, what's your name?
Lasse.
Lassie, and your name? Lota.
Yes.
Okay. So Lassie and Lota. Now, if Islam makes sense to you, both,
Yes.
will you accept to be Muslim?
If I want to read the Quran,
That's fine. You will read the Quran. But my point is, if Islam makes sense to you,
yes,
will you accept to be Muslim?
I will. Yes.
Yeah. So if I prove to you now, Islam makes sense. If I prove to you now, Islam is the true faith of God, will you accept to be Muslim today?
Not today.
Why not? I'm saying that makes sense to me. To you, mean yes, it makes sense.
Yes.
Meaning, yeah, in your mind you say yes, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Shall we have like a deal to say, yeah, if it makes sense, yeah, because the truth is to be embraced. Am I right? So if there is something which is true, we have to follow it. Yes? Am I right?
Yes.
The truth to be followed. Do you agree?
yes.
Okay. See, basically, Islam, we believe as Muslims, Islam is the faith that God has revealed to all the prophets and messengers.
Yes.
All the prophets and messengers, they came for this mission to convey the message of God to the people.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
That's the duty of all the prophets and messengers. So that's why us as Muslims, we believe Moses was a Muslim, we believe Jesus was a Muslim, Muhammad was a Muslim. All of them, they were Muslims. So what is the meaning of Islam? Islam means submitting to God.
Yes.
How are you?
Anyone who submit his will to the will of God is a Muslim. Anyone who submit his will to the will of God is a Muslim. Now, the question is, what was Jesus saying? For example, you told me you came from a Christian background. Jesus said, for example, when he was in the garden the night before he was taken, he said, let it be not my will, but yours. Jesus doesn't have independent will. His will was depending on God, yes? So that's the meaning of submission in Islam. So Islam means submission to God. So now, from the sources, which is, for example, Christianity, we understand that Jesus actually was a Muslim by the definition, because he was submitting to the one God. Same thing was Moses, same thing was all the prophets and messengers. It makes sense. Now the final revelation from God is the Quran. Yeah. Now the last thing. So I'm saying to you, when you read the Quran, you will find amazing information talking about the oneness of God, talking about worshiping this one God, talking about to follow no one but one God. Now you see here, this Quran, this translation of the Quran. Quran, if we prove the Quran is from God, then Muhammad is the messenger of God. Yes? Now, we know that this book came from God. We will use assumptions. Each Quran was inspired by the devil, meaning the devil inspired this to Muhammad and telling him to do certain thing. Yeah? Or the Quran was inspired, or was done by Muhammad. He himself, he put things together. He made his own information in order to mislead the people to be followed. Or the Quran was revealed from God to him. Do you have any other option? Yeah? Do you understand my point? Do you understand? So let's talk about the first option. If the Quran was inspired by the devil, then we open the Quran, we find that the devil throughout the Quran being cursed by God. So God keep cursing the devil again and again. Yeah. So cursing the devil. Now, how come if it was inspired by the devil, how come that a book to curse him? It doesn't make sense. Yes. So it's definitely not from the devil. Now, if the Quran was done with the work of Muhammad, peace be upon him, you will find in the Quran Allah has criticized Muhammad about certain things, minor mistakes. He said, why have you done this? It is best to do it in this way. So he will tell him to do certain things and tell him not to do certain things. So if it was the work of Muhammad, will he put himself to be criticized in the book that to be followed? No. So then what was the last option?
So he didn't say it's from God.
It's from God. Now, does it make sense to you that this book came from God? Does it make sense to you that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is a prophet and messenger of God? Does it make sense to you? So if you believe, now ask the question again. You believe in one God, yes? Yes, you believe in one God? believe Jesus was prophet of God. He wasn't God. He was sent by God. Do you believe this? Do you believe this? Do you understand the meaning of this? What's the meaning of prophet in German?
Prophet.
Prophet. Jesus, prophet of God. Do you believe this? Okay. That means we are on one page. The last thing, to believe that Muhammad is a prophet and messenger of God. The last and the final messenger. We accept this after we discuss. So that means, my brother, you technically are a Muslim. That's basically, that's how it is. You technically are a Muslim, but you need to take the step to be officially Muslim.
Yes, take the shahada.
The shahada. Exactly. So you read before. So that's why you need to testify there is no one worthy to be worshipped except Allah, and to testify that Muhammad is a messenger of Allah. If you did this, you will be official Muslim, and you will be part of this 2 billion Muslims on earth. All of them will believe in one God. All of them we worship this one God. All of them that we follow the commandments of God, and which was revealed upon the prophets and messengers of God, Jesus, Moses, and Muhammad, peace be upon all of them. Do you accept?
Yes.
Okay. So then do the shahada.
Yeah. Yes. But I don't know what one today. I want to read more. I want to know a lot of it.
I understand. My point is, the beauty of Islam, what you know, you implement, and you go to the next step. So you know now there is one God. You know now Muhammad is a prophet of God. Take the shahada. This is the first step. Now you have the whole life to research and read the Quran. You have the whole life. Do that. You take it and take information as much as you want. And we will be there to teach you, to help you. We have no problem to do that. But take the first step, which is the Shahada first. And then after that, you will be searching Islam from within Islam, not an outsider. You understand? So, and that's why Islam, Allah is telling us to ponder upon the Quran, to read the Quran, to open the Quran, to understand the Quran. This is what Allah is telling us. Allah is not telling us to have blind following, not to close our eyes and just to follow. Allah is commanding us to open the Quran, to read. So you have the whole life. Just take the step of the Shahada now. And then after that, you said you have the whole life to do your research. And we are there to help you. We'll be more than happy to do that. Yeah?
I promise you, I will say the shahada, but I want to do it at home with. I have one friend of mine who's a really strict Muslim, so he read the Quran and
Yeah.
so and I said them also talk about a lot of him about it.
Yeah.
If I say the shahada, I want to do it.
Your friend, I will tell you something. Your friend, if he knows that you took Shahada, will be happy for you.
I know.
Do you know why? Because now if you delay it, do you guarantee your life until you see your friend? Do you guarantee? Do you guarantee to live until to see him? Do you or you don't?
Not 100%.
It's not 100%. So that's why do what is you are sure of, and then when you see him again, repeat the Shahada in front of him again, then do that. It's fine when you see him. But for now, do what you know now, because we don't guarantee our life. If we guarantee our life, we'll no problem, but we don't guarantee. You may go with a flight and the flight collapse, so we don't know. We don't know what's happened. Yes? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, but I really wanted to do it at my home. So I want to say shahada.
Why not today?
I don't, today it's not my...
How we know you already? By the question that I asked you, do you believe in one God? You said yes. You believe in Jesus, peace be upon him, to be a prophet sent by God? You said yes. Do you believe that Muhammad is a prophet and messenger of God? Then you're already ready. It's not, I'm not introducing something to you, rather than the things that you are already knows. You're already aware. Does that make sense?
I'm very sorry, but I have to decline. I have to decline again.
May Allah guide you, the guidance from Allah Azza wa Jal. But we are happy having a conversation with you. And I wish as well you will have a pleasant return to Germany. What about her? What about you?
I think she has the same thing.
She's the same thing. You decide on her behalf.
No,
What about you?
she don't speak English. She says the same thing.
Okay. So what I want from you, try your best as well to get together and do the right thing, inshallah. Do you want to have any? If you have any question, I'm a teacher, and you could take my number if you want. And if you have any question, you could ask me if you want to do that.
Well, for me,
You have someone there to ask? Okay. All right, my brother. Do you want to have any other of the questions?
Thank you very much.
All right. Look after yourself. Assalamu alaikum. May Allah guide you and make it easy for you.